Dr. Kissinger, welcome to the International Energy Agency. In 1974, you were one of the founders of the IEA. Could you describe the events that led up to the creation of the agency and your role?
I was Secretary of State at the time, and we were suddenly confronted by an energy crisis, totally unexpectedly. We had made, to my shame, I must say, in the American government, made no analysis, and in fact the analysis we had made were wrong. On the intergovernmental analysis, the price of oil might rise to $5.25 by the late 1970s, and it rose to about $15 within a year. Then there was a embargo by Saudi Arabia and others. And at any rate, a near panic ensued. The price of oil went up, and we formed the idea that the consumers needed to prepare themselves for emergencies and for preparing for other crises that might come. And so I called an energy conference in Washington, and it was attended by, I don't think there were energy ministers at the time. It was attended by foreign secretaries and finance ministers. There were 2 or 3 people from each country. And we proposed what became the International Energy Agency, which there was some controversy with France at first, but we agreed to a second conference which moved the Energy Agency to Paris, which we were happy to agree to. And so here we are.
Looking back, has the agency lived up to the expectations of its founders? Has it promoted energy security effectively?
I think the Energy Agency has done a really remarkable job. It has agreed on emergency stocks. It has made other arrangements for crises, and it supplies transparency and information to the key consumers. And finally, it provides a forum for dialogue with the producers, which I hope will be expanded in the months to come.
Mm-hmm. Well, looking forward, what do you see as the biggest challenge the agency will face in the future? And how can the agency prepare to face that challenge?
Well, the consumption, right now, the consumption of oil is temporarily lower because of the economic crisis. But the consumption is normally expected to rise, so that by 2015 we will need 30 million barrels a day more, which is 3 times the output of Saudi Arabia. And if one projects it into 2030, it becomes much larger, so that makes an energy crisis almost predictable, unless there are agreed measures by both consumers and producers to deal with the issue of security. In addition, we now face a problem that was not thought of at the time that I formed or that I proposed the International Energy Agency, which is climate change and environment. So not only does one need more supplies of the traditional energy sources, the whole energy structure will have to be altered. And that is a long-term process.
Well, you mentioned producers and consumers. Since 1974, the global economy has changed, so have energy markets. And there are a number of countries that now play very significant roles that didn't in 1974. How should the agency work to engage with these countries?
The most significant countries in that respect are China and to some extent India. And I'm happy that China, India and Russia, which is both a producer and consumer, are here today, I think for the first time as a group. And so some way has to be found to engage those countries in the work of the International Energy Agency. And I hope my visit here can help at least call attention to that need.
Dr. Kissinger, thank you very much.
Great pleasure to be here.